Good morning. Joe Sedlock here for Integrative Case Study Analysis. Today is April 29th, and I will be presenting Dropbox. It just works. Dropbox is a file sharing service which was created by two MIT students back in 2007. The main founder was Drew Houston, and the whole premise for Dropbox was started when Drew was a student carrying all of his files on a USB drive. And many times going back and forth to classes, he just forgot his USB drive, and thus he was not able to access any of his homework or papers that were required for class. So obviously this created an issue. So he began using a number of other file sharing and backup services, but became very frustrated with them. So thus Dropbox was born. His goal was to create a simple application where people could back up their files and share them. The system has a simple user face, and it's available across multiple platforms. With its simple user interface, Dropbox is poised for substantial growth. The challenge, however, is to partner with key businesses to expand its usership. The evidence to support this is based on market research in the case study. It shows that based when this case study was published back in 2011, that the file sharing services will grow to over $700 million over the next few years. Now again, the case study was published in 2011, updated in 2014, so the numbers are a little outdated. The case study does say that by 2014, all of these services will achieve over $2.5 billion, with a B, billion dollars in revenue, which is There are a number of services already in the market, but most of them are very cumbersome to use, and they're limited in their ability to share files. They can either share just on a campus, or within a certain local network, or within a certain business. And then the interface to back up your files is very hard to use. So most customers, when they're faced with that challenge, with a difficult interface to use, they just shy away from the service and they stick with what they know, which at this time even is still USB drives. So the action plan for Drew and the Dropbox team is to provide data showing how easy it is to use and the security of Dropbox. Corporations are very protective of their documents, their processes, their procedures, and are very reluctant to go into a digital or cloud-based internet-based system where all of their files are now backed up with supposedly access from anybody. With their overly protective and overly cautious mentality, Dropbox and Drew must show the security built into Dropbox. They should also target the IT department and the general everyday workers. Don't focus on upper management in these corporations. Upper management will listen to anybody, but they really don't want to make decisions based on this. So promote the service from within the corporation. Your best sales force is the targeted company's workforce. If you can convince the people that your product and your service is good and necessary and robust, they will sell it for you. They will demand to their management that they must have this in order to do their job well and effectively. And also present the ease of use for Dropbox. As is evident on the opening page when you log into Dropbox, it's a very simple page. You just log in, create a username and password, and you sign up for free. Dropbox allows you as an individual user to have 2 gigs of storage for free, and then if you want additional storage, you can pay based on tier plans. They even partner with the most popular search engine at the time, which is Google. Now, to continue with the action plan, I like using the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, which we were introduced to a few classes back in entrepreneurship. And there's 2 of them that I think Drew and Dropbox should really focus on as it applies to Dropbox. The first is law number 3, which is the law of the mind. It is better to be first in the mind than to be first in the market. Being first in mind is everything. Being first in the market is only important in that it allows you to get into the mind first. Now, Dropbox is obviously not the very first file sharing service to market. Back in 2006 and 7, there were already 80 file sharing services in the marketplace, so they are definitely not the first. However, Dropbox and Drew and his team have the opportunity to put Dropbox at the forefront of people's mind with their ease of use and the ability to share files across any platform or device. So again, even though he's not first, he's definitely at the tail end. He can be first in the mind. The second law is number 4, the law of perception. Marketing is not a battle of products, it's a battle of perceptions. There is no objective reality. There are no facts. There are no best products. All that exists in the world of marketing are perceptions in the mind of the customer. This is especially true with file sharing services. As I stated earlier, if the customer thinks that your product is difficult to use, no matter how easy it is, the perception is it's difficult and it will never be used. If the perception is that you do not have good security and that the files are not secure across multiple platforms, then regardless of what security measures you have in place, no matter how strong the system and infrastructure is, if the perception is it's weak, then it is weak. So Dropbox must attack this law as far as the perception to prove first and foremost that it's easy to use and that it's secure. There's always risk with going after corporations and partnering with these, especially with PCs. Viruses are just prevalent every day. It seems like people are just out to get PC and Word and everything like that. So Dropbox must stay on top of virus protection. The stable connectivity. Dropbox must work within the infrastructure that is currently in place and pursue advances in technology to make sure that the connectivity through the internet is safe and secure. And then make sure that the system is accessible over multiple platforms and multiple devices, not just a PC or a desktop, but your mobile phone, your tablet, whatever you're using. Continue to ensure that these are, again, safe and use. Now, the results of this is the company's workforce, again, is your best sales force. So if you can convince the everyday workers that your product is first easy and second safe and secure, then they will sell it internally for you. You will not have to do any work other than wait for the phone call. Convince the workers and they will demand the product. Most corporations are looking to the workers to tell them what they need in order to do their job better, safer, and quicker. In conclusion, again, Dropbox is poised for continued growth. Dropbox must adhere to those two laws, number 3 and 4, the law of mind and law of perception, in order to convince these businesses to partner with them. Target future partnerships, but be careful about it. Do not be overly aggressive, but target the IT departments and the general workforce. Showcase what you do and do it well. Dropbox, again, is a very easy application to use. In my opinion, it's very secure. I use it myself on a daily basis, and I too struggle with the corporation as far as them allowing us to use it corporate-wide. But Dropbox has the ability to overcome that challenge. Thank you very much. Let me know if you have any questions.